Welcome to Fireside Kids! And today is the last episode of our Heroes of Faith series. And I'm going to read Hebrews 11:1 again. Here it comes. Now, faith is having confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Believing in God, even though we may not see Him. Now, that's faith. And all these heroes that we've been talking about, they had faith. And today, at the end, we are learning about the great prophet Elijah. Elijah could hear from God and would speak for God to the people. Sometimes they listened, a lot of times they didn't. But Elijah had a lot of faith. And so there's this big competition, right? So they had this false idol, this big bull, his name Baal, and they had people worshiping him. They weren't worshiping the real God, it was just a statue. And so they had a competition. Who could win? And so they put a bull and they said, okay, you guys pray to Baal and I'll pray to God later and see who would win. Where would fire come from? And so all these Baal worshipers are dancing and they're trying to make it happen. And guess what happened? Nothing happened. And then Elijah says, all right, now it's my turn. And so he even put all these buckets of water on the bull. He's saying, I want to make sure that you know that God can burn even water. And then he prays and fire comes down and burns the bull. That is faith. And he says, God is God. Nothing beats our God. So let's check in on Ace and BB.
I'm Ace, and this is Big Blake. And we're gonna have a competition. Just like Elijah challenged the Baal worshippers to sacrifice, they're dancing trying to get their God to burn the sacrifice. So we thought we would have a dance competition! Me versus Big Blake. Let's get it. Go! My turn!
Your turn!
So the judges have come together, and the winner is who? Ace! I win! Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! I'm the winner! Ha! Sorry about that. The winner is actually Ace! Yeah! Ha ha! Woohoo! Ah!
All right, hey guys, we are here with Luca, Emmy, Ellie, and Marco, and we want to play a game called Will It Burn? Bum, bum, bum. And so this is how the game is going to be played. We are going to throw things in this fire. I mean, we are called Fireside Kids. And we are going to see if it will burn or not. Just like in Elijah, right? Fire came from heaven and burnt the sacrifice. So we are going to find out if it will burn. Are you ready? First item, what do we got, Ellie?
A coffee cup.
A coffee cup. Will it burn?
Yes, it will. Definitely it will.
Marco, what do you got here?
A golf ball.
Golf ball. Will it burn? Go. Ready? Who do we got here? Let's see it. Blakey, BB's best friend.
Wait, why
Ready? Will it burn? Oh boy! Oh no, its mouth is burning! What do you got? A baseball. Will it burn?
No problem, it will burn.
What do you got?
A car.
What kind of car? All right, will it burn? Ellie, what do you got?
I got a flip.
A float. What kind of float?
A flamingo.
A flamingo. Let's hear your flamingo voice. Do your flamingo, Ellie. Will it burn?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. If the wrestling thing did, that will.
Is it burning?
Yeah. Oh no, this is my. Oh my god. It's my Isla.
All right, we're gonna do. All right, Luca, what do you have?
Firework.
And what do you say to kids?
Don't do this at home. But
Okay.
we know we are at.
All right, will it burn? Just do one. Wait. Before we see that, before we see if it will burn, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna burn, I just wanna see what happens, right? I just wanna be clear. It had nothing to do with the fire. It had everything to do with God showing that He is bigger. Nothing beats God. God is God. And I hope that you live your life knowing that God is God. God is bigger than how many friends we have. God is bigger than how happy we are. God is bigger than what toys we get. God is God. And He's better. So, let's learn a little bit more about Elijah in this cartoon.
Slapstick Theater. Elijah on Mount Carmel. This is Elijah.
Hey-o.
Elijah was a prophet in Israel during the reign of King Ahab. His job was to tell people what God wanted them to hear. This is King Ahab.
Whatever.
He came from a line of kings who did bad things, but King Ahab was the worst of them all. He led the Israelites to do evil things as well, and they turned away from God and started worshiping a fake god called Baal. God told Elijah to go speak with Ahab. Elijah told Ahab to bring all of Israel and the prophets of Baal to join him on Mount Carmel. So Ahab did as Elijah asked. Then Elijah stood in front of them and said, "If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, then follow him." But the people were completely silent. Elijah called for 2 bulls and told the prophets of Baal that they could choose the one they wanted to sacrifice to Baal. They could put it on the altar but not set fire to it. Elijah said, "I will prepare the other bull and lay it on the wood on the altar, but not set fire to it. Then call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord. The God who answers by setting fire to the wood is the true God." And all the people agreed.
Yeah!
Elijah let the prophets of Baal go first.
All right, you first.
They prepared the sacrifice and called on the name of Baal from morning till noontime, shouting, "O Baal, answer us!" But there was no reply of any kind.
Hey!
Elijah began mocking them. "You'll have to shout louder. Perhaps he is away on a trip or is asleep and needs to be wakened." So they shouted louder and raved all afternoon until the evening. But still there was no sound, no reply, no response.
Everyone come here.
Then Elijah called to the people. They all crowded around him as he repaired the altar of God that had been torn down and dug a trench around the altar. Then he had some men pour water on the altar 3 times. Elijah walked up to the altar and prayed, "God, prove today that you are God in Israel and that I am your servant. answer me, so these people will know that you are God and that you have brought them back to yourself." Immediately, the fire of the Lord flashed down from heaven and burned up the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and the dust. It even licked up all the water in the trench. And when all the people saw it, they fell face down on the ground and cried out, "The Lord, He is God! Yes, the Lord is God!"
Elijah had a lot of faith. That is very brave of him to go and to say, my God is bigger and I want to prove it. And I'm hoping that after this series that you would live your life with great faith. That your life would be a reflection of your faith. That you would believe in God, having confidence in who He is, even though you may not see Him. Because God is God, and God is bigger than anything. I do want to see if that firework will burn. I think it will, but what's going to happen? So let's check in.
Firework.
And what do you say to kids?
Don't do this at home.
Okay.
Even though we are at home.
All right, will it burn? Just do one. That's it for our Heroes of Faith series. It's been fun. It's been real. Ace and BB have gone to help and to save a bunch of other people doing a lot of crazy, weirdo stuff. So we wish them luck. But I hope you guys keep tuning in, and we got a new series coming next week. But I thank you for joining us on Fireside King.